Hello, everyone. This is Professor Benitez. I am your instructor for Fundamentals of Computer Animation. So today, for the first little video, I'm going to be going through how to download Maya. Just some things to note: be wary of the specs of your machine, your computer, laptop, whatever it is that you're using for this class. So we're going to go through how to download the student trial. And yeah, here we go. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to autodesk.com, typed in just above here. And you're either going to sign in if you already have an Autodesk account, or you're going to create one by going, as you click on sign in, you'll click on create account. I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And I'll type in my password. Hopefully I remember it. Ah, I did. So once I've done that, I'm going to scroll. I find it easier just going straight to the bottom and clicking on education support. And once I do that, I'll click on students in the options above here in the white tab. I'll click on students. And then I'm going to click on get products. And then I will select Maya and access one student product. So this will be for Maya. Let me go back to stop and pause share. Come back to stop share. So what this does, you will get 1 year for that version that you download. So if you download 2021, you have it for a year for free. If you download 20, and if you want to continue using Maya, you may have to download 2022 for a year, and so on and so forth. And just be wary of the version that you download and if it's compatible with the specs of your machine. I recommend downloading the year before the year that you're in. Reason being is that the first version that's launched, let's say Maya 2024, typically has bugs initially with the first version of the software. Obviously, they do updates and add-ons that you can continue downloading throughout the year. But I recommend downloading the year prior. So I will be working in 2023, and come next term, I will teach on 2024. It just makes it easier. I end up having less bugs when I do so. So I just want to put that out there for you. So I'll scroll down. When I do click on products, I will go to Maya and I'll see different versions. I will just download 2024 just for the example's sake. And I will click the machine type that I'm using. So if you're using Linux, Mac, or Windows, you will select the one according to your computer. So I'm actually on a Mac, and I will download. Make sure your pop-up blockers are off. And this will be downloading. So I'll pause the computer and let that do its thing, and I'll come back. Okay, so now that I've done that, now that it's downloaded, I will go ahead and double click on the download file. And just be mindful of where your download files get saved to. I moved this file specifically to the desktop so you can see it visually, the icon. And this will go ahead and verify itself. I'm going to, again, pause the recording so that way to not waste time on the process. So once the install window pops up, you're going to click on Install Maya. And this will continue verifying and going through the motions. So I'm going to pause one more time. And once it's done doing that, Maya will continue. You'll see it down here at the bottom, it is going through the loading process. You may see this. You may see this window pop up. I'll click on Open Window. And thus the setup will appear at some point. Okay, I'm going to pause one more time. These moments take a little bit of time. Don't want there to be an awkward pause in these videos, so I'm going to pause 1 second. Okay, so this window will pop up of Autodesk. When you do open up Maya, it may ask you to log in. Sometimes your login will remain, your account will remain logged in. Okay, so this is just asking me to sign into my personal computer password to make any changes on my machine. So you may have to, as the administrator of your own computer, you may have to make those changes and sign in accordingly, depending on the settings of your computer. Okay. So once this Autodesk window pops up, it'll ask you to sign and agree to the terms of use. If you need to go through these, you're more than welcome to. I am going to just sign my life away and hit next. It's going to ask, it's going to ask where to install it. You're going to use your main hard drive to your computer to save the software to. Ignore the amount of space there. Go ahead and keep Bifrost, Substance, and Arnold, all three of these, and install, because we will be using Arnold in this class. And thus it will now officially install. Okay, so the installation went to 100, so now just waiting for this to install to complete, which it just did. And once that's done, I'll hit start right here at the bottom right-hand corner of the window. And once that's done, you'll see Maya starting to pop up down here at the bottom of my taskbar. And just note the first opening will take a little longer just because you've just installed the program and it's prepping everything before opening. Okay, so now that this is opening, it's going to ask you either to enter a serial number or to just log in with your Autodesk. Um, I did fail to mention when downloading the education license, uh, Autodesk may ask to prove that you are a student, so you may have to email or upload your student schedule or your student ID to indicate that you are a student. So I'm going to click on sign in. I do get the software for free as well because as an educator, so I've already shown like the necessary things to get the product. So that window did not pop up within this downloading process. So that's actually going to be when you first click on download the education software, when you click on Maya. So once I've done that, I'm going to go to the product, open Autodesk, and I'll restart the sign in here. Okay. So when you log in to Maya, you'll click on use your login. It will take you to this window to open Autodesk Identity Manager. And I think I had a pop-up blocker on. So just make sure to click on Open Always when you're on your web browser. And once I go back, it's going to ask me to use default preferences or to choose preferences to copy. Since most of you are starting out fresh, you could just go ahead and use default preferences, and I'll go through as the term progresses how to set up different hotkeys, maybe in a more preferable manner, or setting up your tabs and workflow into a more cohesive setup for yourself. All right, so Maya's going to request access to one of your files to kind of save to. By default, it goes to your Documents tab, so I'll click OK. Similar if you've worked in Adobe with Adobe products, how Adobe by default will save its Photoshop files, any Premiere files to the Documents tab that they've created the subfolder for within the Documents tab. And we'll work out as far as how to set up a proper project workflow, because project workflow is imperative here. So as that's loading, please, 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 please always back up what you're saving and make iterations, not just in scene files when you're working on the actual files in Maya, but also your project folder that you will create in Maya. The workflow with that is really important, really crucial. So please, these first few weeks are imperative in terms of having the solid foundation for the remainder of the class. When you've mastered the first few weeks of this course, it helps ease and take away any of the bugs and errors that you may run into in the latter half of the semester. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording just because of this. Okay, so once that has loaded in and opened, you'll have this tab appear. You're going to click on Go to Maya. This will have like different interface changes, and then you should see Maya as such. And that's it, at least.